Cars aren't just machines. They're living, breathing icons of culture, technology, and personal history. And like people, some change a little, while others reinvent themselves so much you'd barely recognize them from their early days. Today, we're diving into the top 7 cars that evolved the most, models that didn't just get facelifts, but transformed in purpose, performance, and personality. As we go through, I want you to think about which of these evolutions you love the most, and maybe which ones broke your heart. Stick around because I'll ask you to vote for your favorite at the end. 1. Ford Model T. Ford family lineage. The Ford Model T wasn't just a car. It was the foundation of the automotive world we know today. Introduced in 1908, it was cheap, reliable, and built using revolutionary assembly line production. That idea, building cars for the masses, would shape every Ford that came after. Over time, the Model T's DNA branched out. The Model A refined the formula. The Ford pickups became America's workhorses, and the modern F-150 became a tech-heavy powerhouse. Think about it. The Model T rolled out with a 20-horsepower engine and no electric starter. Today, Ford's trucks can have hybrid powertrains, massive touchscreen infotainment, and can even function as mobile generators. That's over a century of constant reinvention, yet it all started with a single goal: mobility for everyone. 2. Volkswagen Beetle, people's car to cult icon. The Volkswagen Beetle's journey is almost like a movie plot. Originally conceived in the 1930s as an affordable people's car, it began its life in an era clouded by politics. But after World War II, it became a symbol of peace, counterculture, and individuality, especially in the 1960s and 70s. By then, the Beetle wasn't just a car. It was a rolling personality statement. Its design was simple and charming. A rounded shape, smiling fenders, and a cheerful dashboard. But over decades, the Beetle was reinterpreted. The late 90s brought the retro-modern Beetle with flower vases on the dash, while the 2010s version leaned into sportier styling and tech updates. The mechanicals evolved from air-cooled simplicity to modern turbocharged efficiency. What's fascinating is that the Beetle could be loved by totally different groups, from hippies at Woodstock to young drivers in the 2000s who just wanted something fun and cute. If you had to choose, would you take the original classic Beetle with its timeless charm, or the modern, tech-filled Beetle remake? Comment classic or modern below. I'm curious which side wins. 3. Porsche 911. Evolution by genius. The Porsche 911 is proof that you don't have to throw away a design to evolve it. Since its debut in 1964, the 911 has kept its iconic shape: a sleek roofline, wide hips, and rear-mounted engine. But under the skin, everything has changed and keeps changing. The early 911s were lightweight, air-cooled, and mechanically raw. They demanded skill and respect from drivers, especially with that tricky rear-engine handling. Over time, Porsche engineers transformed the 911 into a masterpiece of balance. Bigger brakes, advanced suspension, turbocharged engines, sophisticated electronics, and luxurious interiors. And yet, park a 1964 911 next to a 2024 911, and you'll still see the same family resemblance. That's the genius. They've made it faster, safer, and more comfortable without losing the soul. To me, Porsche engineers are like watchmakers who also happen to be thrill seekers. They refine every tiny detail while making sure it still gives you goosebumps at 100 miles an hour. Here's a challenge for you. Name one small design feature you think the 911 should never change. I'll read my favorite answers in a future video. 4. Toyota Corolla, the world's chameleon. The Toyota Corolla isn't flashy. It's not the star of action movies. But its evolution is one of the most impressive in history. Launched in the mid-1960s as a small, reliable, budget-friendly car, the Corolla has quietly become the best-selling car nameplate in the world. And the reason? Adaptability. Over the decades, the Corolla has been everything from a tiny city hatchback in Asia, to a practical sedan in the US, to a sporty compact in Europe. It's come with manual gearboxes, automatics, hybrids, and even performance-tuned GR versions in recent years. It has worn dozens of body styles: sedans, wagons, coupes, and crossovers. If you lined up every Corolla ever made, it'd look like a car family reunion where each cousin is dressed for a different occasion. And that's the point. The Corolla fits in anywhere. If you've ever owned a Corolla, I'd love to hear your story. Was it your first car? Did it ever surprise you? Share it in the comments. I'll feature the best one. 5. Ford Mustang. From pony car to global icon. When the Ford Mustang arrived in 1964, it was fresh, stylish, and affordable, a pony car that let young buyers get a taste of performance without breaking the bank. Over time, the Mustang has been a shapeshifter. It's been a muscle car rivaling Camaros and Challengers, a refined GT for long-distance cruising, and now, believe it or not, an all-electric performance crossover in the Mach-E. Some fans love every era. Others will swear the Mustang should only ever have a rumbling V8. But whether you see it as a classic coupe or a high-tech EV, the Mustang's rebellious streak has always been its core. It's kind of like a rock band that's experimented with every genre. Acoustic, metal, electronic. Yet somehow you still recognize the song. Which Mustang era do you love the most? Number 6. Honda Civic. From economy to cultural chameleon. The Honda Civic began in the early 1970s as a small, fuel-efficient car that could thrive during the oil crisis. It was practical, cheap to run, and reliable. Then something unexpected happened. It became a tuner legend. In the 90s and early 2000s, Civics became a favorite platform for modifications. Lowered suspensions, big exhausts, racing stripes, and of course, the occasional questionable body kit. But Honda didn't stop there. The Civic matured into a comfortable, tech-filled daily driver, while still offering performance variants like the Civic C and the Wild Type R. Today, it's just as likely to be parked outside a suburban grocery store as it is to be tearing up a racetrack. What's remarkable is that no matter how much it's changed, it's always stayed affordable and versatile. 7. Tesla Model S. Software-driven EV evolution. The Tesla Model S doesn't evolve like a normal car. Most cars get a new generation every 5 to 7 years. The Model S, it gets better while sitting in your driveway. Through over-the-air updates, Tesla can change the way the car drives, add new features, improve efficiency, and even unlock more performance without touching a wrench. When it launched in 2012, it already shocked the world with long-range electric driving and blistering acceleration. And that's for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Got thoughts, questions, or video ideas? Drop them down in the comments. I read every single one.